Good morning or good night, Gotcha Kingdom. To keep it brief, this video was not supposed to be what I'm talking about today, but the video that I recorded for, the audio just ended up sounding like I took sandpaper to my microphone. So like, I don't know what happened, man. So we're getting this today. I'm not done talking about argentihill or Guns N' Roses or argenti x boothill, however you want to put it, from Honkai Star Rail, Honky Starbucks, Hot Guy Somewhere, as my brother puts it. I made that video about Fighting and Mighty last week, and then I mentioned argentihill as being a crackhead ass ship that I just didn't see at the time. And then hoyoverse really were like, well, what if it was a ship? Like, I genuinely believe all hoyoverse had pre-written for them was the ending scene where boothill was gonna pull a gun on Argenti singing, and then like everything else was just based off of the fact that they were popular together. So hoyoverse was like, okay, we need more screen time with them. So in the Pepeshi Cult's little sub after story, let's have them share a room together because there's no other rooms in the Penacony hotel anymore. And then after that, when we go back to China and we have that like fight tournament thing, whatever, and then like boothill is fighting Luca and stuff like that, we'll have Argenti there, and we'll talk about how Argenti and boothill actually first met at the tournament there, and how Argenti drilled boothill for about like 7 hours and some shit like that. I know hoyoverse likes to vault ideas from leakers when they know that they're sitting on $1 million idea, and I think the last time that happened was genuinely with boothill, because at the time we thought that Firefly was going to come out, and then all of a sudden we get this robot cowboy out of nowhere from the Galaxy Rangers in the same faction as Acheron, and then everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, boothill? Who? All I see is a booty that can smack. And they really were sitting on $1 million idea. Like, Boothill's a really good guy. He's also written pretty well too, as just a standalone character. Maybe not in the entire arc of Penacony, because like he does like the off balance the thing with like summoning the Galaxy Rangers and some shit like that. I don't know. It's kind of a little goofy, but like just Boothill by himself, like his backstory is kind of sad, but now he's kind of doing the thing about the Rangers and stuff like that. And he also has an adopted daughter named Rappa, who likes to rap. They had that all pre-written for Boothill, right? And if you look at Argenti, like Argenti is literally like a I don't even know how to explain Argenti, because he's literally such a, not necessarily like an afterthought. I think he's supposed to be like this goofy recurring character that talks about beauty and Adrilla. Like, I generally don't think that we're gonna see the other two Knights of Beauty. We're just gonna see Argenti, unless the other two show up and I get proven wrong, then I'm just stupid. These two are literally updates story wise, way different from each other. There's literally an entire arc happening right now different from each other, and then like Argenti just shows up out of nowhere, saves Aventurine, by the way, from dying from, I don't even know how he does it, because he's just goofy like that, man. There's no way that argentihill propaganda was pre-written. Like, all that shit must have been post-written, social media, Hoyo Lab, players being like, guys, think about it. Guns N' Roses, right? Like, not the band, like, with like Argenti being like the Knight of Beauty, you know, rose filled guy that sees the beauty in this war-torn cowboy guns, and he sees Boothill for the beauty that he is right now, and not just this junk scrap heap scary guy with teeth, you know. And then like Boothill hasn't had like anybody that has loved him for the way he is, and then like here comes this red-haired crazy man, and then like he's like, what the hell, you know what I mean? Like, did you see that airplane that flew by? What if it was a wish? You know what I mean? Yeah. Not to mention the Honkai Star Rail concert this year had a section where they had Argenti's theme go up against Boothill's theme. Oh my god! Earlier I talked about Boothill's adopted daughter Rappa. Like, could you imagine Rappa in this entire situation? I don't know if we have a canonical interaction between Rappa and Argenti, but I know that Boothill talks about Argenti as like Rosie, and could you imagine like Boothill's talking about Rosie to Rappa, and Rappa's like, yeah, Rosie sounds like a cool girl, you know? And then they finally meet, and Boothill's like, this is Rosie that I've been talking about. Like, his actual name's Argenti. Argenti, this is my daughter Rappa. And then Argenti's like, oh, it's wonderful to meet you, in like some knightly speak, and talks about how like Rappa's as beautiful as the rainbow. I don't know. And then Rappa's like, this is Rosie? This is the Rosie that you've been talking about all this time? To end this video off, I think I need to mention a little bit more about Argenti's character, because some of y'all are just so stupid. Like, y'all be making tweets about how we need a skip button honkai style route. Man, some of y'all are still making that shit in class. Rage bait used to be believable, but nowadays y'all just making shit up. I've literally had people say that they didn't like argentihill just because they didn't think Argenti was gay. Like, are we talking about the same Argenti here? Argenti in particular became a knight of beauty because he wanted to spread the teachings that everything is beautiful, because Adrilla was, while she was alive, the goddess of beauty, and to him, he sees everything as a beautiful being, even plants. Like, to me, Argenti is like the meme of straight love, gay love, lesbian love. It's still love. Love is love. I don't see any difference. Like, that to me is what Argenti sees in relationships with people and shit like that, because it's all equally beautiful to him. All right, that's all I wanted to say in this video. Maybe if Hoyoverse wants to put these two together and give us more content, yippee. But for the meantime, I'll just have to rely on fandom artists. I just also think that both of them are just really hot. Like, when two fictional long hair guys start making out with each other, man, that's fucking hot, man.